Live from 6 News, the station on your side. This is The 7.
Good evening. I'm Don Hudson, and welcome to The 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories right now. And topping the list, we continue to follow a shocking and sad crime hitting a Powell community. One teenager accused of killing another teenager. It started with Knox County Sheriff's deputies getting a call last night to a trail near the Broad Acre subdivision. That's just north of West Emory Road between Powell Middle School and Powell High School. Last night at 7, we brought you breaking news. The Sheriff Tom Spangler revealed a body had been found on that trail. Then at 11, the sheriff revealing a 13-year-old girl's body had been found and a 15-year-old boy was in custody. The teen suspect in this case was arraigned this morning. Sheriff Spangler said the victim and suspect knew each other but would not go into any details on what the relationship was or how they knew each other. We asked the district attorney's office about whether the suspect will be tried as an adult. The response is that decision has not been made yet, with the investigation still ongoing. Which pathway this case takes could matter a lot, as we found out from WATE legal analyst Greg Isaacs, who shared with us how the court deals with serious juvenile cases.
When you have someone such as a juvenile charged with a serious offense, not only do you want to focus on the physical evidence of the case, but most importantly, what was in that young person's mind at the time they allegedly committed this offense. Typically, the most persuasive evidence is the nature of the delinquent act or the criminal offense, and the experts. Our juvenile court here in Knox County has an array of mental health professionals that are on staff full-time. So if you are the juvenile judge, you will balance what's in the best interest of the juvenile and the seriousness of the allegations.
Now, something we've experienced over the years when covering crimes involving children, juvenile court rules on what is shared with the media very different from what is shared in an adult courtroom. While the public and the media can attend juvenile court sessions, restrictions can be very tight on access to any records connected with the suspects and the investigation. Beyond the ages of those involved, this is just a shocking situation considering where the victim was found. As we know, the 13-year-old's body was found on a trail in the Broad Acre subdivision. Sheriff Spangler tells us this trail is often used by children in the neighborhood to get to a Weigel's that's right across from Powell High School. Dylan Williams is the father of a 2-year-old and says, as a parent, it's hard to know where to go from here.
I grew up out here, I was born and raised here. We set up our food carts out here all around Knoxville, and especially in this area a lot, in the Powell, Halls, Claxton area. So just to think that there's people out here that just really don't care about anybody else is kind of crazy to think about, because you just don't really hear about that out here.
Neighbors told us the community is usually safe and a quiet place that doesn't see a lot of crime, and a tragedy like this was the last thing anyone expected. The school system, by the way, confirming to 6 News that grief counselors were at Powell Middle School today. This was to help the children and maybe needed a moment to reflect during the school day, or maybe needed some time to talk through what they are feeling right now. Sheriff Spangler also releasing a statement, and I'm quoting it now. "I am grateful to everyone at the Knox County Sheriff's Office for their hard work and diligence in this case." He goes on to say, "We ask you to keep the family of the victim, the Powell community, and our responding personnel in your prayers," end of quote. All right, moving on. The State Bureau of Investigation has announced the 5 endangered children from McMinn County have been found safe in Hart County, Georgia. Around noon, TBI shared some photos of the 5 boys before they were located. Authorities say the boys were with their non-custodial parents, and reports say the father, 30-year-old Curtis Pendergrass, and the mother were found with the children. The Chattanooga ABC station saying the father was arrested. Police say the 5 children will be sent to McMinn County and placed in the custody of the Department of Children's Services. In West Knoxville, a motorcyclist killed after colliding with another vehicle on Middlebrook Pike. Knoxville police say the cyclist was pronounced dead at the scene near the intersection of Middlebrook and Whitehall Road. Officers first got calls about the crash about 7:40 last night. KPD says based on the preliminary investigation and witness statements, they believe the motorcycle rider was traveling at a high rate of speed before hitting an Acura attempting to turn into a parking lot. The driver of the Acura sedan was taken to UT Medical Center with what are believed to be non-life-threatening injuries. That crash is still under investigation. Multiple roads are closed after a railroad trestle collapsed in Newport, an area that's been badly damaged by the floodwaters of Hurricane Helene. Now, the Newport Police Department sharing this picture on its Facebook page. You can see the railroad trestle split in the middle. It's now basically in the river and right above the roads that are right next to it. So that's hindering the traffic that would usually go there. Because of this, East Broadway is closed and roads at both ends of the trestle are closed, impacting River Road, Jimtown Road, and Liberty Alley. There's no current timetable on when that area will reopen. Knoxville police detectives say they need help finding a man who assaulted another person near the UT campus back on September 14th. KPD is sharing these security footage images of the suspect. This was on Cumberland Avenue near 17th Street, right off the UT campus. If you recognize the man in these photos or have any information that could help officers, you're going to want to call the East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers. The number right there at the bottom of the screen, 865-215-7165. As always, tipsters can remain anonymous and they are eligible for a cash reward. As we have been telling you, there has been a big turnout for early voting here in Knox County, and yesterday's total, exactly 2 weeks away from Election Day, November 5th, saw a massive showing at one voting location in West Knoxville. Yesterday's total was a whopping 12,006, just under. It's an unbelievable number still coming in. But the downtown West voting location near Westtown Mall was really the most popular. It saw 2,060 of those people casting ballots. That was the location's sixth straight day of being the most popular place, and yesterday's total was the second highest recorded at that location during the early voting period. Now, if you want to beat the lines, you might want to go somewhere else. Those tallies bring the total number of votes to just over 66,200, and more than 4,800, by the way, have also taken advantage of absentee voting. Now, early voting runs through October 31st. Election Day follows on November 5th. For everything you need to know about early voting, including a look at sample ballots and polling locations, you can go to our website, WATE.com.